Alright, I'm going to call it just about 7, and we are ready to go. Make sure my feed's coming through okay. Give that a few seconds. Okay, getting a black screen. There we go. Alright, welcome back everyone to Game Archive Streams. My name is Gordon, my friends call me Jordy. I am still streaming Hollow Knight, doing a lore and world-building long play, and I'd like to welcome everyone back to the world of Hallownest. Last we left off, we had just gotten through the fungal wastes and gotten to the foot of Hallownest's heart, here in the City of Tears. I had a frankly embarrassing loss to the Mantis Lords, like, what, the 4th boss in the game? And came here to get my nail sharpened just a touch. So today, on the agenda today, we're going to be exploring the City of Tears and some of the outlying areas, and going for a run back with the Mantis Lords, as well as hopefully making it to the resting grounds. But we'll see as time goes on. But, yeah, as I was saying last time on the stream, we have found ourselves in the capital city of Hallownest, the actual, real, honest-to-God city built by bugs. The City of Tears. The City of Tears was not always named this, as I mentioned last time. This water began leaking in sometime, probably during the second wave of the infection. As you can see, I've already kind of plowed around through here and seen what I'll see. Yeah, I think tonight we're going to be exploring the city itself, ending up in maybe the Soul Sanctum, and hopefully dipping for just a moment into Deep Nest. To get what we need to... I didn't need to do that. Get what we need to get to the resting grounds, which is where we'll get some pretty solid lore, and something that's going to help us a lot on our trip. Yeah. Welcome everyone to Stream 3 of our little research excursion. While we're here, I feel like I've been kind of glazing over it. You can see, if you look closely in the background here, just the absolute scale of the City of Tears. Something I really enjoy about it is that we've got this I guess we'd call it Victorian layout to this city, with this great work, this metallurgy, these really, like, filigreed, I keep using that word, filigreed, streetlights, and these marking posts, all these things showing really complex metal and stonework, making it look like, you know, a sort of Gothic Victorian-style city. But if you look at the windows back here and things like that, these sort of shell-like windows, almost making it look hive-like, that's something I think that goes to show that this city was not necessarily made by human hands, if not a near-human intelligence. Oh, and we are coming up on meeting, I've already been through here, another very important character for this journey, Relic Seeker Lem. And let me close that door. One sec. There we go. Not fall out of the chair, thank you. Alright, cool. Yeah, my AC can be kind of loud, but I'll be damned if I'm not sweating in here the entire time. Aye, aye, come searching for rare items, have you not? Well, hands off. This collection is mine, and I won't be selling to your grubby little wanderers. Still, I imagine you come across many interesting items in your travels. Maybe you'd care to part with some? I'll offer a fair trade for each. Let's see. I thought we had some Wanderer's Journals, but right now all we have are Hallownest seals. And what we can see here is some really interesting insight into the High Hallownest era. Yeah, these ornate seals were the official symbols of the king and his knights, were treasured by those who carried them. The king and his knights are long gone. We've already met one, or the remains of one. But the seals still hold value as curiosities. I'll pay a modest price for them. Alright. A Hallownest seal, eh? Very interesting, this. Do you know of the kingdom's 5 great knights? They're revered figures of Hallownest, often mentioned in the annals of the kingdom, but only as a group. Both their names and appearance seem to have been expunged from history. So long has passed since their time, it'd be a grand achievement to discover their identities. Well, Lem, I wish we could tell you. Another Hallownest seal? Pass it over. I enjoy collecting their like, but there's little information to be gleaned of each. Mind you, they do keep a nice shine about them, and there's nothing wrong with appreciating something purely on aesthetic merits. Looks like you don't have any relics on you. If you manage to find any in good condition, bring them to me and I'll give you a fair amount of geo for them. Yeah, I love this little corner of the game. That, first of all, Lem is kind of a weird design. He seems to be wearing some sort of sack over his head, maybe? I don't exactly know what's going on there. But you can see all these little curios and knickknacks behind him. On this little rainy window. Something he mentions later, but I don't know when we're going to get to, but I think is a really interesting fact that speaks to archaeological preservation as an issue, is that a lot of the things we turn into him are like Wanderer's Journals and seals, things that are written on tablets or made of metal and stone. Oh. Goodbye. Things that are made of metal and stone. Oh, hey, River's here. I called it that you were going to say that. A good friend of mine saying, do a flip in chat, even though I don't have my camera on. But yeah, a lot of the things we see are made of metal, stone. We'll find some more exotic materials later. But the thing is, with Lem, he mentions at one point that a lot of what was written at one point in Hallownest, as a matter of fact, if I can stop getting my ass beat for 10 seconds. If you look behind us here in the scene, look very closely by the windows, there are books here, books and papers, and we in fact see that when we run into Cornifer, he's writing on paper as well. The issue is, there was some time in Hallownest's history in which the people of Hallownest all over began writing on spider silk, and I believe that's what we see in the background of many of these scenes. However, once the rain began, again, showing that City of Tears was not always the name of this place. I've passed through here off stream, just doing some cleanup. Once the rain gets to it, it dissolves very quickly. So you lose a lot of context. And someone like Lem, who's been born, only in this fallen era of Hallownest, would only be able to work off of maybe a few smudges you see in the background here, but mostly on things like stone tablets. That's why in museums you'll see, ancient documents, things written in cuneiform from Babylon and ancient Assyria, that we can, track things like receipts and, what else? Like very basic day-to-day things, letters sent between people, because they were just written on something a lot more durable than paper that we've been using, likely ever since papyrus in ancient Egypt. Just a little fun fact about historical preservation. That's why when you have books and documents that have survived as long as they have, you'll handle anything with gloves or something along those lines. But people are especially careful when it comes to books. Oh, got ourselves a grub. Because paper just doesn't keep. Oh, there he goes. Watch him dig longer than his body length and into an out-jutting platform. Yeah, actually, I think we've not been giving enough attention to the people who've actually been attacking us since we've been here. What we're looking at here are sentries. This is another indication that we're getting into major metropolitan, highly protected, militarized Hallownest. See, in the Forgotten Crossroads, we're really only running into townspeople, maybe the occasional bug who has a nail and shell. But we see here the Husks, or Husk Sentry, the Husk Sentry, Heavy Sentry, Wing Sentry, and Lance Sentry. These guys represent a police, militarized force that existed at one point in Hallownest. And something it says here specifically is animated remains of a Hallownest sentry, giving the implication that even though we can see infection starting to take over in some of the people we speak to, remember when we were picking up Sly, we never went back for Bretta. Okay, that's another thing to do when we get back to the fungal waste, is find Bretta. Note that down. But once we see that full orange-eyed infection on, sentries, on really anything with these big eyes, the implication being that they are likely already dead. So, you know, even though it says they retain some memory of its former task, that's just vestigial puppeteering on the behalf of the Radiant's infection. Which also goes to show, and I believe we'll talk about this later in the stream, that the Radiance is something that infects bugs through their dreams. Dreams are, again, like I've said a million times before, a huge motif in this game. But after a certain point, it acts very much like, you know, a zombie virus, something along those lines, that destroys its host and puppets it according to the will of the Radiance. But yeah, and we see just varying remains of that, yeah. And also we should say the Hunter's commentary here saying, more skilled at combat than most bugs of Hallownest. They're nimble but lightly armored. Keep pressure on them. Yeah, and we see variants on those heavy sentries, winged sentries, lance sentry. And that is also something that's interesting in the architecture here in Hallownest, is that, yes, there are elevators and stuff like that, but... Oh, that's the Soul Sanctum. Let's pop over here for just a sec, shall we? Whoop! Nice. Got a little challenge room here like we saw in Forgotten Crossroads. Okay, not so bad. But yeah, a lot of the architecture here seems almost made for creatures that can fly. There's my guy. Yeah, and again, leading into this feeling that this is a city built by bugs, there isn't a ton of use for stairs when most denizens of this place can either climb walls or fly. Cornifer! Isn't this a change from those twisting natural caverns? The rain does cast something of a sadness upon it all, but the architecture is simply splendid. Charting such a different space is quite the challenge, though one I've eagerly undertaken. Perhaps you'd care to purchase a copy of my achievements so far. Sheet map of the area from our buddy Cornifer. We've both come far to reach this grand place. While I'm about these buildings, I must remember to collect a trinket or two for Iselda. Be kind to your wife, please. Yeah. She misses you. Once again, chat accurately describing him as the Map Weevil. And here's Zod again. Hoy, watch where you're going, you soggy vagabond. I don't want you splashing me. I've had a miserable time trying to keep dry. I am Zot the Mighty, a knight of great renown. If I decide that I'm going to stay dry, then that's what's going to happen. Curse this wretched city. Water and monsters constantly fall from above. It's no wonder this blasted kingdom fell to ruin. That's Zot. Have you seen them? The guards who still patrol this city, even after dying. Being overly devoted to one's duties is no virtue. Alright, Zot. Once again, Zot, entirely useless and not a part of the story. He's just, frustratingly, a guy who kind of looks like us. Just floating around in the story. I don't... Yeah, even thinking through, like, the pantheons and all that in Godmaster DLC, like, there is not much to the guy. But pretty soon we will be able to learn all of Zot's mighty presets. If we can get him up to Dirtmouth. Speaking of, we need to pop up there and buy some stuff. You got plenty of money. And I believe... Ooh, a little side thing to note. We're seeing more of these suspended platforms like we saw on the Forgotten Crossroads, again implying we are in a more industrial, commerce-focused area, which would also stand to reason, since earlier... Come here. I hate these guys. Since earlier, we saw a sign pointing out that there are stagways nearby. Again, implying that we're in some sort of commerce-based shipping area, sort of outside the major city of Tears. Where does this go? Oh, up to the stagway. Nice. Alright. Also the fact that you can see, as long as this has been abandoned, there are areas where the fungal wastes are starting to make their presence known in what is presumably a very warm, damp city. Let's see here. There's a Wanderer's Journal. Hey there. It's these little side areas that kind of give me the creeps. Like, there's no music, just that sort of howling wind. But even in these more bare-bones, purpose-made areas, you can see the wealth of Hallownest, in that there are these unbelievably ornate archways with a Hallownest seal in the middle. And again, we see those spines on top, implying the visage of the Pale King. Oh, perfect. This can get us up to the Forgotten Crossroads. The Great Lift. Let's see. Let's make sure this area is all the way opened up, because I've been through here without opening up shortcuts before, and it's been frustrating in the long term. If I knew where to do that. Stick our heads in, greet the last stag, update our map. Yeah, hey bud. I remember this station well. A common trip it was. Goods from all over the kingdom were transported here. I was right. Not a lot was sent back the other way, though. And a quick socioeconomic commentary from our friend the Last Stag. Which, then again, I was sort of joking last stream, talking about, like, is the Pale King collecting taxes? Very well may have been. Like I said, there's commerce here, and... Oh, then again, now that I think about it, with the Mantis tribe, I guess everyone uses Geo. Where is that shortcut? Let's just take the elevator up and see if we can open anything. Oh, this was blocking our way last time, too. Yeah, okay, cool. We're a little bit out of our normal way, but like I said, there was going to be some housekeeping. Ow. Yeah, I believe, we're basically back in the Forgotten Crossroads. Seeing more common bugs. But, yeah, that horrible sound. Is that our, yeah, that's our first vessel. Actually, I don't know what these things are called. Hang on. I need to change up my charms here in a second. Yeah, vessel fragments and mask shards. Need to be more diligent about picking those up. I know in my practice run, I have not gotten a lot just because I'm so focused on story-focused areas. But they're a huge help if you're, shall we say, bad at platforming and need to heal a lot. Oh, also haven't been down here. Yep, back in the Forgotten Crossroads. We'll be back here a lot. It just is kind of a necessity about opening up new areas, Metroidvania-ing. But see, I'm just playing like I would play at home. I'm getting a little distracted. There's business still in the City of Tears that I want to get to. But pick up a little money. Yeah, I think the plan is gonna head back to Dirtmouth, buy some stuff, then stag way back down, get back to where we were. Sounds good to me if it sounds good to y'all. That's what I meant to do. That's another thing I like. I'm a huge fan of like miniatures, I guess, like if you could describe it that way. You know, anything that is really detailed and small. And every now and again, my brain will kind of zoom out, be like, oh, this is all tiny. It's all made by bugs. And kind of gives me that fun little tiny detailed miniature type of thing, especially with this being, you know, there are floating platforms in midair, but in a lot of ways a really feasible world. Like, all of these things have little mechanisms that work in them, and there's symbology, there's bulletin boards and elevators, things that get you from place to place. Elderbug, what's up? Oh, I haven't been here in a while. Did you visit that temple? A strange building, I've heard, though I'd never dare journey myself. The braver among us once went there to pray, said they felt at peace within the walls. After a while, they stopped going. I wonder what changed. Well, probably the disease that has killed roughly 99% of the population here. What's up, Sly? Gonna need that for later. I don't have enough for the Lumafly lantern. I'll just buy a mask shard, be on my way. It's because I dropped that money off with Millibell. Need to get that. Pop in here. Isolda! Nothing else I particularly want to grab from her. Always good to see her. Hope you get to see Cornifer soon. Is that really all we need here? I could open... Oh, hey. That's who I was looking for. Tiso. Pale thing. You wear that nail with ease. If you're in search of combat, you'll find no great warriors in this decaying burrow. I have heard an arena exists somewhere below, one built for our like. Meet me there and we'll test what skills you possess. I'll be heading down soon. Come and find me if you dare. Tiso, if I remember correctly, is another Kickstarter character. I don't know what happened with that Kickstarter backer, but Tiso really gets the short end of the stick throughout this game and is kind of an unpleasant person to be around. That's his lore. Alright, a lot of jumping around, but I think we're about good to... let's think. Yeah, I'm going to hop back over to the Fungal Wastes, take care of the Mantis Lords, then come back for the Soul Sanctum, I think. Again, housekeeping. Something I wanted to do between streams, that's why you see some areas that are open around here. Brilliant moves on my part. Is to find the, it's called the Fungal Bloom Charm, I believe. I don't know if I quite have the abilities for it yet, but it's a minorly helpful thing that also lets you read some unusual lore tablets in the Fungal Wastes. Where am I going? What am I doing? Down, then, to the Fungal Wastes. Cool. Alright. This area is nice, but it does kind of feel like it was placed here kind of just to make the map work. Like, oh, we gotta find a way to connect to the Fungal Wastes. We could use a stag station here. Oh, I don't know what to do. Stop it. Leave me alone. Stop. Stop it. Great, great architecture. Alright, there's the shortcut we were looking for. You. Gotcha. You two are making me look like a fool in my own home. Come on down. No, come on. Cool. Alright. Like the little physics you get on stuff around here. Alright, so, yeah, down here and then to the Fungal Wastes. I am getting my ever-loving ass beat at every possible turn. These things. Bellflies. Notice this is the way we came in, but we are blocked off because the gate broke. But I believe we can... No, we can't. Alright, we actually have to go through the Soul Sanctum. Fantastic use of stream time. Oh, we're Already almost half an hour in. Alright, I'm going to pick up the pace and actually get to some good lore here, if it so much as kills me. There they are. Alright. Another reason to get the tram pass later is not only does it get us to the resting grounds, but also lets me upgrade my sword. Oop, my nail, sorry, proper terminology. Alright, these guys do not seem to respect the research we're doing here. Oh, no, actually, back up. This is something that you're going to be seeing happening a lot more as these streams go on, as we have a few areas ahead of us that are just absolute mazes, and the City of Tears is no exception. Because, yeah, coming up there's a little hint of Deep Nest we're going to be getting, then followed up with a heaping helping of being back in the City of Tears, then going to the Royal Waterways, which is a sewer, love a sewer level. Yeah, okay, I head this way. Oh, not to mention the Crystal Peak. I was actually practicing the Crystal Peak earlier. Yeah, Zote's gone. I apologize in advance for my performance that will be in the Crystal Peak. Those, like, smasher puzzles in there just do not function in my brain. I'm gonna say hi to Cornifer again. Oh, I parried. Yeah, this is the way I need to go. Alright, so speaking of lore, let me actually get my notes ready here. Yes, the Soul Sanctum. So, I mentioned before, this is Soul Sanctum in reference to the soul that we've been using for healing and casting spells and whatnot. This is, to my understanding, the only place in the kingdom where soul was, like, permitted to be used. This is sort of an academic research facility that we find ourselves in. Notice how, once we get in here, immediately the floor is covered with these, like, journals, I guess you'd call them, these tablets, with information there. Oh! And here is the first member of the Soul Sanctum. I believe this guy's called a Soul Twister, and he is beating the ever-loving shit out of me. This does not bode well for the area. But this is the area that actually my current chatter right now saw me play in my test stream. So I should be good and practiced, right? But yes, there's the music. There's the Mad Scientist organ. Yeah, the Soul Sanctum worked directly under the crown of the Pale King, researching and coming to understand soul as a concept. Now, when we use soul in this game, we, charge it, we send it out in spells, that kind of thing. It seems natural, almost too powerful for our tiny little vessel body. That is not the case for your average bugs. It's something that requires, like, solids in here? Ah, I'll explain that guy in a second. Something that requires study and practice. Here we see with the Soul Twisters. It requires intelligence. It's almost like wizardly spellcasting. Highly intelligent bug that uses arcane knowledge to twist soul into vicious spells. And listen to that language, specifically. To twist soul. For us, we're just channeling it. We're using it as though it were normal. With these guys, it's this medical, almost brutal procedure. And as we can see, he will twist my soul, yeah. And as we can see here, like, it is something that is not without risk. We see mistakes. Once a highly intelligent bug deformed by the misuse of soul. These guys have been straight up turned into goop by the use of soul. And you can see by looking at this character design, they have 6 legs that are now just writhing flesh. Their eyes are in the wrong places. They've got this huge, like, sucking mouth on them. That's going to be taken out of context. Don't clip that. But excuse me, a sip of water. Soul is something that we use easily. It's natural to us. But it comes with significant risks to other bugs. I imagine one of the many reasons why it was considered taboo amongst the bugs of Hallownest. Let's actually go up. Although, wait a minute. I'm just going to keep hitting this lever. What was back this way? I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, as soon as we're in here, we see these more, like, ornate wallpaper. Oh! Oh, okay. Cornifer's on the other side of the wall. This is where we came from. I'll tell you, talking gets you turned around. Yeah. But yeah, something I can focus on here is, like, look how much more ornate these light fixtures are. These shelves we don't really see anywhere else. Like, this is an area of high status in the world of Hallownest. You know, I could stand here for the rest of the stream and just talk about this wallpaper. The fact that it incorporates the King's Seal, but is a little different. Same with the windows. Let's see what's up this way. Oh. Hey. Also, no benches in here, so if we fuck up too bad, that's the end of it. Also, something to note about the mistakes is that they have the same, like, little gem that you can see in the faces of the Soul Twisters. So that implies that either all of their body, clothing, and shell melted away due to exposure to essentially nuclear soul, or... hang on. There we go. These guys are hard to get at. And for some reason, those little gems that are in their head stayed. Or they turned into that, and the other Soul Sanctum members were like, well... they're still members, and just kind of, like, pressed a gem in there. Also, this, I want to not glaze over this contraption up here. I don't know. It seems to be sort of organic, kind of bug-shaped, but with these tubes and wires connected to it. Let's read this here. Record Abba. The mind still limits us so. How to break past its constraints. To attain a pure focus. Is that even possible? Here's going to be a big question for this part of the stream. What is pure focus? That implies that what they're working with is impure or unnatural. But look in there. Do those not look like eyes inside this machine? You know, that would imply to me there's some sort of living bug being kept in there as just a record-keeping software, I guess? What we're looking at here is an order of bugs that had very little care or regard for, you know, the living, breathing insects around them, and were obsessed with this notion of pure focus. And I would guess, off the top of my head, that's maybe what we do. Hang on. Time to meet another guy. There's the guy. Just Shovel Knight this and bounce on his head. Ow. Okay, alright. Excuse me, big boy. Alright. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Just trying to do archaeological research. Okay. That works. I'm bad at the game, but being bad makes me good. Oh, shit. Okay. Nice solid drop of Geo, though. So there's our mini-boss. Yeah, a Soul Warrior. A learned bug wielding a refined pin blade. Notice the difference in shape of that blade between what we've been seeing throughout the game, such as our nail or Hornet's needle. Enhances combat prowess with harvested soul. Wait, something this way? Yeah, there is. Yeah, I can't go up in there, right? Yeah, alright. Alright, Chocolate Fox, get over here. Come on. But another thing to notice, I'm even making that noise a lot, and I'm sorry. Another thing to notice about these guys is that even their magic, what they're casting there, it's got that sort of, like, sickly orange tainted color to it. That kind of Cheeto dust we've been seeing before. That is, again, signs of infection. Their eyes are still orange. And that would imply to me that looking at this, their magic, which is, you know, bound to their soul, it's called soul, Why did we do that? Is in a way tainted by this infection. Yeah, be careful. These guys pop out of nowhere. Alright. It's the freaks taken care of. Oh, more freaks. Hang on. I swear there's more to this place. Just want to stick my head up top. Is there anything else up here? Nah. Alright. Yeah, let me double check my notes because I think I had some juicy lore in here. Yes, that's actually something I wanted to touch on with the tablet about... that was talking about expanding beyond their mind. Something that feels almost, dare I say, sacrilege in this world is that they wanted to expand past their mind, but we've seen all this, you know, talk from the Pale King, this propaganda talking about, oh god, oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's two of them. Talking about how, you know, this beautiful gift of your mind, do not hide your true form while you're here in Hallownest, all that. Being good by being bad. And these bugs are essentially throwing that gift, you know, back in his face. And again, this is a tightly controlled area. This is a place that is in the heart of Hallownest, you know, next to the general governing bodies that ran this place, and not too far from its literal god king. So it's this weird kind of blasphemous, but like kind of controlled thing. So it makes you wonder, what did the Pale King want so badly with this place? Like, what was it about the soul? Because, like, I confirmed through my sources, Hollow Knight Wiki. Let's see if there's anything else up there, because I think that's the boss. Nice. Like, what was worth all this? This weird place... Oh, God. Mistakes. Those flying guys are follies as well. Because, like, obviously, you know... I can, you know, lead us into some spoilers here. We are not unrelated to the Pale King and higher beings in general, which seem to just be able to manipulate soul easily. So the question still comes to mind. Ooh, charm. Spell Twister. I think that just makes your spells stronger. Let's see. Oh, God, stop it. You're but slime to me. Yeah, Spell Twister, yeah, just makes your spells better. Which I think that's the big move for speedrunners, is they try and improve all that. Yeah, looking back at my notes, it's just a question to lean on. But again, with that connection we made earlier, thinking about, you know, these bugs having their very souls tainted by the Radiance, that would come to imply that this place might have a more clandestine mission, maybe not even known to the researchers here. The Pale King, if there's anything that this godlike higher being was actually scared of, it was the Radiance. And since we know the Radiance is something that affects dreams and affects soul, then an entire institute blasphemously searching for, you know, what soul was doing, what soul can do for them, starts to paint a clearer picture. Something to know about the Pale King, I believe I've mentioned before, is that he, being the thing he was, which, again, a higher being and something else we'll talk about further on, he was gifted with prescience, the ability to see the future. And knowing that, going through this game, seeing places like the Soul Sanctum, seeing the Quarantine, I hope I can say that on Twitch, on the City of Tears, we see a much more desperate picture of the Pale King painted. Because, you know, if you think about it, there's this never-seen godlike being that oversees this world, that gave everything sentience, this thou art in heaven creator, who is doing so many things in very careful and planned desperation. And the inevitability, these another sub-theme of things being inevitable, things inevitably ending, comes into clearer focus knowing that. So I believe, and this is more of a theory on my part, that the Pale King allowed this sanctum to exist and allowed these bugs to kind of just go nuts and, like, wreck themselves this badly out of fear. out of a desire to, like, maybe somewhere in the research of the soul, attaining a pure focus, that these bugs might be able to find a way to beat this inevitable end. And now that I mention that, pure focus actually brings something into mind. I wonder how much I should spoil here. This is one of those moments. So, we're going to learn a little bit about the Hollow Knight in just a second, but something I want you to bear in mind is that we saw the Hollow Knight at the very beginning, like I mentioned, the thing inside the Temple of the Black Egg. And the reason why it's in there is that it's holding back the radiance as well as it can. That crack in its mask that we saw in the very opening cutscene implies that the radiance is breaking through, the infection's getting worse, the world's starting to end again. Again, very Dark Souls theme, powerful beings trying to keep a world that's basically already ended in this nominal state of function, just for the sake of it existing. But the fact that the Hollow Knight is hollow, able to focus solely on its task, might also lend some credence to that pure focus thing. So, all that to say, who's ready to see the Soul Master? Here he comes. Notice we're at the very top of the cavern. Yeah, come on. What a guy. That's always going to get me. That is eternally going to have my ass. Alright, this one requires a little bit of focus, but I think it goes kind of without saying that we are currently fighting the leader of the Soul Sanctum, the Soul Master, in his silly little hat. But yeah, he also, notice, is very heavily infected. Look at those orange eyes and those bright orange spells now. But we're keeping good pace with them. Also notice how, like, Soul, even with users who are able to harness it properly, it still kind of messes them up big style. Like, when we hit him enough, he deflates. This guy is literally held up and inflated, made bigger than he's supposed to be by magic, by soul inside of him. And a question that might be arising by this point is, well, since these bugs aren't able to channel... I'm just going to get hit by that every time. Aren't able to channel soul like we do, then where are they getting it from? And that is a question we'll be able to answer in just a moment. Thank you for my healing time. Yeah, notice he emits soul out of his body, kind of like those vials we've been smashing. Come on. Come on. Fix you out. Alright. Thank you, Mantis Claw. Excellent voice acting. Huge shout out to whoever did this voice. Quick little scream. Woo! I can't send my voice that high. Yeah, so if you'll notice here, we are in a room absolutely stacked to the walls with corpses. Soul is an energy. It cannot be created or destroyed. So it has to be taken. You got me. Got me in the backswing. Ah. Okay. A little fake out, but we got him. That nail upgrade is truly fantastic. But yeah, now that we've actually killed this guy, a little bit of lore on the Soul Master. So, from what my research was telling me, he actually is one of the very few members of the Society of Hallownest who really butted heads with the Pale King. And again, this is half speculation, half stuff you find on the Hollow Knight wiki. Desolate Dive, love it. But let me consult my notes. Let's see. Soul Master. Yeah, a lot of his description comes from... Let's see if we can whip up his enemy description, because there's always something useful from the hunter. Yeah. Head of the Soul Sanctum hoarded soul hoping to stave off Hallownest's affliction, so our earlier theories were right, but eventually became intoxicated by its power. Which, again, very interesting. Like, us being what we are, we don't really have thoughts or emotions, so the amount of power in our bodies doesn't really affect us. The bugs of Hallownest tried all kinds of tricks and rituals and prayers to rid themselves of the infection, but to no avail. Perhaps the infection came from somewhere deep inside them that they could not escape. That is extremely prescient. Notice this whole time we've been talking about dreams. Dreams is a major theme. Dreams, thoughts, feelings. And that sort of seems to be the Radiance's whole MO. And with the bugs of the Soul Sanctum trying to direct and control it using their power over soul, that's giving us some of our first indications in this game that the Radiance is not only more than just a regular disease, but it is sentient. And this, of course, is super obvious to anyone who's already played the game. But this is sort of where we start to see that to begin with. But yeah, supposedly the Soul Master, the Pale King kind of saw which way the wind was blowing, as usual. And the Soul Master was already so lost in his own sauce that he opposed the Pale King. And, kept getting drunk on power, and eventually, because of that power, because of that drunkenness that he had, nice. Take some research funding here. He fell to the Radiance. So yeah, again, learning the Radiance spreads through things like hubris, as well as like dreams, strong emotions, thoughts, all that. That's so satisfying. Is that all of them? And there's nothing up here, yeah? Alright. Let's not miss anything. Hallownest seal, very good. Yeah, now that we're sort of in the back rooms of... Oh, hello. Of the... Damn it! Of the Soul Sanctum. We'll be back for you, little buddy. We can see just the absolute extent to which the Soul Sanctum was harvesting bugs from Hallownest. See all those little shapes back there when we move? This room just keeps going. And like a lot of, high era Hallownest, there's this beautiful filigreed exterior, but they like to shove a lot of their problems in the basement. Get away from me. Got another grub. And the spooky Frankenstein music, once again, really hinting that, well, more appropriate now, I'd say. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. That works. That's why I keep that charm on early game. It is so good when you're not good. Its damage kind of falls off later, but honestly, it's pretty solid most of the game. There's the Soul Master. Also notice that I've been commenting a lot on these totems. They were very specifically hoarding these totems that we've been seeing around the game. Which makes sense. These things seem to be receptacles for soul, which tells us not only is it something that would the Soul Sanctum be interested in, but it's also something that they don't know how it works. Which, if even the best and brightest of Hallownest don't know, that provides us some implications for their origin. And I believe I've already let that cat out of the bag. They are very old. But I believe, for right now, there's one other area, but it's something we access a while later. That's all we have to do with the Soul Sanctum. and it's barely been an hour, so we're making great pace. Wait, where's that go? Does that go back to where we came from, or? Yeah, that's back out here. Then, ooh, looks like I'm losing some frames on the stream. No, we're back. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's the way we came in. So the other way would take us back in a different manner. So what's next? Well, now that we have the Desolate Dive, I believe it's high time we head back to the Fungal Wastes. What am I doing? Okay, no. Back down. I'm really just paying attention to my playback. I don't know if it's my phone or my actual stream that's buggy. Oh, hey, actually. We did miss something. I was just checking my notes. A lot of backtracking. Apologies. My internet's been a little funky, so I don't know if I'm coming through okay. I wish my notes were clearer because this is next to gibberish, but, you know, hey. Oh yeah, that just takes us here. Yeah, slot for some kind of key. That's a key we won't be able to find for a while, so best not to worry about this for right now. Although, is there something... Whoop, okay. Also, a place to come back to when we have the obligatory Metroidvania double jump. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Huh? Stream is buggy. Oh, hang on. Seeing if I may actually need to open my bedroom door, do some arcane, some sort of arcane ritual to get my stream working better again. One sec, let me double check some stuff here. Done a few prayers and turns to get the internet working a little better, so let's see. You again. Just keep an eye on my feed and see how that goes. And I guess we do want the stream to be a little buggy. Anyway. This is a professional stream, I'm sorry. Got him. Can I just go back up this way? Hey. That actually looks better now that I'm watching my feed. And it's back to dropping frames. God. That might just have to be the way of the stream till I figure something else out. The last two were just fine. I don't know what's going on. That said, my internet is spotty and weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my playback right now. I have to fight my way back through all this again. Just some of the troubleshooting stuff I'll have to learn for streaming in the future. That is something to be said. I will never at any point say that I am tech savvy. This is the talking about video game lore and playing through this. This is the easy part. Well, I'd like to get back to the Soul Master. I literally wrote out in huge letters what to do after the Soul Master. Yeah, we're back here. Yeah, so go out through here. Go up. That's what I was talking about. You can't even... Oh, hang on. Give me some soul. Give me that. Playback's looking a little better. This is what we're looking for. Another weirdo soul tablet. Get away from me. Record Senda. Spare thought for those consumed. Through their grace we are evolved. No plague of mind shall overcome us now. Just came all the way back to get a lore tablet that is tragically ironic. But yeah, that does display for me a really interesting philosophy, I guess we're seeing among the Soul Sanctum. Is that they're sort of seeing these, you know, thousands of bugs we see dead here, even if that is the final tally. And, you know, they're warped, near-dead compatriots as a noble sacrifice. And that, I think, you know, even if the Pale King was in some level of opposition to this, it shows sort of a cultural thing going on in Hallownest, is that, like, noble sacrifice, giving everything over for your king, this sort of, like, thoughtless, hello, hey everybody, cool, trying to talk and play here. This, like, I'm looking for the word. This sort of, like, sacrificial society that you get from this, like, theocracies, I guess a good word for it, but a god king's theocracy leads to this way of callous, stagnant thinking, especially among those who see themselves as the most devout and the most deserving. Yeah, just once again, more to say that the Pale King, not a great guy. Yeah. Can you stop spawning, please? Responding to chat, I said the buggy joke before it came up in chat. There is a delay. We just share one brain cell. Hey, Soul Master. Wasn't that song by Train? It's stupid. Hey, Soul Master, ain't that... That's all I got. I'm not singing on stream. You're gonna have to pay me more. And once again, there go my frames. I don't know if it's all the particle effects in here, maybe, that's messing with things. I don't know. My knowledge extends only so far. Maybe once we're out of the Soul Sanctum, maybe it's all the soul. But genuinely, I think it's just because my internet's janky. Okay. It's also the thing, like, I wish I had a 2-monitor setup, but I am just sort of watching this through my phone to keep an eye on the chat. Those good old early streamer contrivances. Alright, so let's... Because I don't want to waste any more money. I want to just pop up to Sly's, buy something real quick, then head back down. That's what we're doing. It's a pattern of lore housekeeping, lore housekeeping. Right. It's not on the far... Not on the very far top right, it's just up and above. But, oh yeah, always need those. Because I think throughout the game there's only like, what, like 8 or 9 simple keys in the entire game. You need 5 or 6. Maybe all of them, actually. Also the fact that my dinky little computer is chugging. Like I can smell it. Elderbug. Alright. Yeah, man. Need to buy that. Because we're going to be entering the dark here pretty soon. Don't need either of these, though. I think we've got, what, 2 funny keys? Yeah, we do. Alright. So real quick, while we're up here, let's meet... We still need to go back and get Bretta. She's still waiting down there. But now we can get back to the fungal wastes easily. Hey. Welcome, small intruder. I've been sound asleep in here for some time. Ah, yes. Well, now you've gone and woken me up. It's no matter, I suppose. I might even be able to help you. I am Gigi. If you have found your way into my chamber, you must need my help. You see, sometimes we leave our regrets behind in the world, like black stains. If we don't deal with these regrets, hope starts to drain from us. Do you have regrets of your own, little one? Let me peer into you for a moment. Ah, you don't appear to have any lingering regrets. How lucky for you. You don't need the services of one such as I. So, mechanically, what Gigi does is, if we ever feel like we don't want to go back and get our money from our shade. A little sip of water. They help us out if we give them 1 rancid egg, and we'll resummon our shade. But that is kind of interesting. We don't really know a ton about GG. What this little religious place is for, why it's so far away from town, what GG was doing asleep, really anything. But it is interesting to me the way that they talk about your shade as regrets. Because Because that bears to mind, like, it being a less physical thing than what we're really seeing in the world. Of course, it's something that can walk up and slap us, but where do I want to go? I guess back to the city storerooms is the best way to go. But the fact that, you know, everything kind of has this shade to it, but us being what we are, these regrets, thoughts, emotions, which I'll tell you right now, for lore reasons, we're really not supposed to have, manifest themselves physically in the world. Stop it. Get over here. There we go. Just an interesting little insight into our shade. Now, yeah, down for the fungal wastes. Excuse me. It's also, I'm a little rusty on the sticks this time around because Early Access Hades 2 just came out, and I am currently extremely Hades build, so I'm trying to play that game. Yeah, gate's still closed, but we can go up and around here. Finally. There. I don't have any soul. Okay, one more time. Why is that? Because I'm bad at the game. Hey guys, gimme. Gimme. That should be enough. Alright, who's ready to run it back with the Mantis Lords? I almost didn't do that right. Alright, but yeah, we can just traipse our way back along here. I'm just having fun bouncing around. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, Mantis Village. Great. The fungal wastes kind of put you in a different mindset than the City of Tears. You gotta think different out here, and also maybe not get hit by every single possible object near you. Hopefully OBS is getting a clean recording, so even if we're having some technical difficulties on stream, then it'll come out nice and fine in the... Oh, God, no. In the VOD. I am in a weird place. I don't exactly know where I am. Ooh, what do we have here? I really do honestly hate hurting these things. They're not doing nothing to nobody. Ah, Wanderer's Journal. Good. I do really wish we could, like, read those. I want to know every single thing that everyone has said about everything in this game. Yeah, that'll pop us back in the Mantis Village. Yeah, let's just go for a run back. Actually, you know what? Not that I'm not entirely confident in my abilities, but let's maybe grab the bench real quick. Yeah. Again, it is amazing how different the vibe is from area to area. The fungal wastes aren't my favorite area, but they are really evocative and have these unusual little nooks and crannies. Like, the Mantis Village really feels hidden away and isolated. Oop. Try to get me. Great. Fantastic. Great. Love it. I'm getting impatient. There we go. It's big rule in Hollow Knight. When you can, look before you leap. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's also something interesting, since we've been talking about Soul so much. I don't know if it's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but it really does look like more Soul bursts off of Mantises when you fight them. Maybe it's just because, you know, we're not getting the particle effects from the infection, but that still has something to say, I think, for the lore, is that once again showing us that the Radiance is something that affects you mind, body, and soul. Like capital S, soul. Yeah, alright. There's that. And this guy's still got us locked off. Once we have more money, I do want to get back to the Forgotten Crossroads, just so we can buy us some charms and charm notches. Because there's a lovely little shop there that sells charm and charm accessories. I have gone the entire wrong way. Here we are. Alright. Alright, ladies. No lore, only hands. Let's go. Oop. First hit, not too bad. Ow. Took that point blank. There we go. That was nice and easy. Now time for two. This is where the boss fight gets a lot more dynamic, though. Ow. Don't jump. Now jump. Okay, alright. I'm not losing to the Mantis Lords again. I'm not doing it. Why have they been such a massive issue this time? I never have a problem with them in my normal play. Okay, cool. I lost to the Mantis Lords again. Oh, man. It's a long run back, too. I feel like I'm wasting y'all's time. Alright. But it's fine. It's all fine. It's okay. It's fine. You know, it really does sound like I'm saving face, but I never have an issue with the Mantis Lords. I don't know if I'm just trying to, like, rush at them, or... Because I was in, like, regular old focus mode there. It's always the ones that when you're like practicing the game beforehand, you're like, oh, you know, easy, first try, these won't be an issue when I come back. And then they become an issue when you come back. Oh, hey, there you are. Get back here. Oh, thanks, guys. Really cool, thank you. Alright, back at it. Hey, guys. We got plenty of time on the stream, though. Just really take some damage out the gate, get the shakes off, you know. Standard stuff. Why? Why? Didn't need to do that at all. Got one. Alright, now for two. Let's heal up. And then take the damage immediately. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool! Stand still. And jump. This one's going a little wonky, so jump around. It's all very balletic. You just catch them in their pattern. And then they catch you. That's what you do. It's normal. This is going to hurt me so bad. Okay, no it's not. Did I get both of them in that head? Love when they do that. It's super fun. I'm just... Oh! I could very easily heal there. I'm scared. The second one gets you. Wait, hang on. We're almost there. I think I've been keeping pretty consistent damage on them. Oh no. They've been keeping pretty consistent damage on me. This is gonna hurt. But it's fine, I healed. Ooh! Got him. Oh, okay. Thanks, ladies. It's been real. Okay. Ow. Alright, they will let me go to Deep Nest from here, but real quick, I'm just gonna hang around the village. Hopefully save Bretta, because I do not remember how to do it. Also, now they really do bow. First time I fought them, I thought they were bowing to me. Then they hit me really hard over the head and body. Smacked me about the head. The village is still a hazard, but yeah, now I am friend to the Mantises. They respect me. And that's what we were talking about last stream, getting back to the lore and world building. Is that the Mantises, we were told many times, respect strength more than anything else. So, if you can, you know, show your strength, beat their leaders, then they show you mutual respect. The Mantises are continually based, and I do appreciate them, even though they love to batter me about the face and body as much as they do. Yeah, no, this guy who was smacking this lever, what's this in? I'd like to find that bench before I start doing anything dangerous, though. Yeah, brother. Alright. Do wonder, since we're a little low on Geo, between streams I think I might hop over and visit the Grubfather. Mark of Pride, very good. Another reason to go get some more charm notches. Again, once we have money. Crack that open. What is this, actually? Oh, Hallownest seal. Okay. But now I have to figure out... Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. How to rescue our friend, because I definitely did it when I was practicing, and I do not remember how. Anyone who didn't catch the last stream, there is another bug who lives in Dirtmouth, who's very sweet, if a little weird, who You know, like, nothing would really change in the story if we didn't go get her, but we're heroes, that's what we do. So yeah, just go back out the way I came in. It is so nice without the mantises bugging me. Huh, bugging. Ha, ha. Excuse me, excuse me. They do such courtly little bows. As a matter of fact, I think in Silk Song, whenever it's coming out, blessed be its name, we've seen in some trailers that we do get like one of these mantises specifically to come help us out. I don't know if she's specifically from this tribe, but like, you know, looks like them. Seems like she and Hornet are going to be friends, and I appreciate when characters have little friends. Do I need to... no? What do I need to do? Because I got Dash Master while I was here. Ah, okay, cool. Always look for hidden... ah! Oh, caught me on the end of that. Always good to see Shroomal Warriors. Love to hear your voice. Alright. That, and that, that, and that. Hop up here. Do one of these, one of these. One of these, one of these. Slide down, do a dash. There she is. Oh, please, don't leave me behind. You forgot about me? I knew you would. Everyone always forgets about me. Oh, who are you? Your face, you're so... I'm sorry, I got lost. I don't know how I ended up here. You came here to rescue me, Bretta? The girl that everyone just... ignores? Bretta, we're gonna have to do some like positive self-talk exercises. Sorry, when I look at your face, I can hardly... I just can't believe you came all the way down here to rescue me. I didn't think anybody... Sorry, I mean, thank you. I mean, I better go. Back to town. I mean, I better get home. Thank you. Yeah, Bretta, really is working on some self-esteem issues that I think having a transparently massive crush on a faceless puppet being isn't really going to do much for her. That's a little bit of advice from me to you here in chat in the VOD, is that often when you feel that you are not enough for the world, you will look for others to fill that space within you, when in fact you are just filling an entirely different hole. Look for what you can fill with inside yourself. Take care of yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and soon self-confidence can grow out of that. And I don't think Bretta's going to have a terribly satisfying character arc with that kind of thing, but I wish she did. Those who played the game know, Bretta is... she processes her feelings in kind of an unusual way. Thank you, ladies. Alright, so actually, genuinely quick content warning. We're about to enter Deep Nest. So, scuttling, bugs, corpses, not human corpses, obviously. Hate that sound. Claustrophobia, darkness. It's spooky in here. But yeah, welcome to a whole... oh, hello. This place gives me the creeps. Vicious little creatures burst out all over the place, and the passages are a dark, twisting maze. Unless you're well prepared, I'd urge you to leave. Though if you're feeling strong enough to descend, would you like to buy my map? Get a map. What a horrid warren of angry beasts. It's going to take a whole lot of effort to climb out of this dark pit. I think I'll hide here for a little longer. Yeah, corner for your telling me. So, welcome to Deep Nest. Yet again, one of the many, many places that is not actually a part of Hallownest, considered entirely unconquerable. though not uncivilized. There were civilizations that lived here, though, like most, have largely fallen to ruin. As a matter of fact, the Mantis tribe is very much an outlier. Just, again, it seemingly by pure force of will have managed to eke out an existence for themselves amidst a literal apocalypse. These things. But yeah, if you couldn't tell by the effects moving over the screen, this place was home to spiders. Not just spiders, but also weavers. Weavers are apparently an entirely different subgroup of spider-like beings that came to Hallownest from a foreign land. Were known for their ability to weave spells from their webs. I do actually think we might be able to see one weaver as we're in this game. But they have left some things behind. We will see the music in here. Oh, huge air quotes music. Be able to see like a weaver seal of binding and stuff around. They left their mark, but yet again, like most bugs in Deep Nest, weren't necessarily affiliated with the crown of Hallownest. Though, thank you for that, this place did have a leader. There was a queen over Deep Nest, at least in the very far reaches, which we won't be getting to today. Dear God. There was a leader known as Hera the Beast. And that is a name that, if you are very keen-eared, you might remember from my very first stream a couple weeks ago, in which I was talking about the three dreamers. Lurien the Watcher, Monomon the Teacher, and Hera the Beast. Now, that raises the question, why would a dignitary of a foreign land, someone who is obviously, at least in some degree, in opposition with Hallownest, agree to, well, do what they did, which, again, we'll get to as we move on, become a dreamer, seal away this infection for the sake of the king of Hallownest? Well, I'd like to get into it a little bit more later, but just let it be known that the Pale King himself was persuasive in more ways than one. Not forceful, mind you, but definitely persuasive. Here we see around here, just the ground itself has got bug corpses littered into it. This is an extremely dangerous place for your common bug. And what I'm trying to do, I should probably have like a map open for this, and not the little one that Cornifer gave us. But yeah, like I was saying last stream, this is the area where Hollow Knight just loves to dip into some genuine horror. Cool, cool. That works. Can't get up there yet. I'm not a fan of the high-pitched violins, even if they do make the place a little spookier. No, no, no. There we go. But yeah, I think once we get to like far Deep Nest, I don't want to waste all the lore in the entry areas. Although, sadly said, there isn't like a ton of lore for the area we're in. It's just spooky tunnel. That's basically all it is. But although something interesting I do want to point out is that this place does have Lumafly lanterns. Things that we have only traditionally associated with Hallownest bugs. So that would imply to me that either there were forays from the Hallownest bugs, which there's evidence for, into Deep Nest, or the folks that lived here in Deep Nest. Again, look at these... Hang on, let's see if I can get it into focus. Get away from me. Get away from me. And you made me break it. That's it. Die. You can still see the root there. They're rooted to the ceiling differently from like the more metallic pieces that we've seen elsewhere, say in the City of Tears. I am so not a fan of dirt carvers. They're everywhere down here. Is this just nothing? Cool. Oh, I need a bench to actually find my way. If I was a more prepared streamer, I would have like fully mentally mapped this place out, but it's Deep Nest. It's made to be a maze. Cool. Bad. Oh, I may very well get that bench. Oh. We're going the wrong way. You know what? Let's head down this way, see if we can find our bearings. This part is an actual genuine maze. But we found something. Oh, thank God. Okay. Okay, cool. Got our map. Okay, so here's what I think we need to do. Yeah, we need to get back up there. Go up, catch that bench, and I think just to the left is what we're looking for. I don't think I've actually mentioned what I'm here for. I am on the hunt for something that will get us more even passage throughout Hallownest. You know, I don't know if it's just because, like, that's the general shape for bugs, but it's always kind of unsettled me that literally the things that flow healing water from them that give you soul, again, we've talked so much about soul this stream, that they just kind of look like us, but with a mouth? Something to think on? I don't know. Oh, looks like my stream cut out. Yeah, let me... I'm gonna run a quick test. You're gonna hear some echo. Okay, on my delay, it seems like things are okay. I think we just had a little hiccup in the stream. Where are we? Also here, corpses stand up and start killing you again. That's fun. I do need to figure out, like, how to run a technically competent stream. That'll be really helpful. You know, for SEO, for the numbers. But anything you missed, I believe you'll be able to catch on the VOD on YouTube, posted on Game Archives on YouTube.com. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Oh no. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I was just plugging. Okay, yeah, we're coming back up. Just wanted a quick little foray into Deepness, and we've come face to face with true horror on several occasions here. Can't get me. Oh, also, we've been seeing spiders for a little while now. Totally forgot to mention them. Let's see if something can try not to kill us for 5 seconds while we're looking at the Dirt Carver, corpse creepers, deep hunters. Yeah, nothing more to it, just signs of spiders. Oh, hang on. Here's a familiar face. I also do wish I had more of a sample group than one when it came to seeing if the problems on my end or theirs. I think, if I remember correctly, if we want to help Zote out... Because, once again, this is one of those situations where if we leave Zote here, he will die. We need to go up and around. Because it won't... Yeah, it won't break through over here. Oh yeah, we got another half hour left on the stream, making good progress. It's gonna drop down, try to kill me. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, back up. Left. Oh, there's a bench. Oh, beloved bench. I love doing this thing where it's not everyone that does it. At least not all at once. Yeah, see him moving. There he comes. Okay. This is truly the scuttlest part of the game. It always gets you out of a tight situation. Yeah, as far as internet goes, it could very well be my internet. Oh, yep, I hear him now. But... yeah. Hoi! What are you doing, you clumsy little oaf, swinging your rusty little nail around in the darkness? You almost struck me, and if you had, it would have been the end of you, trust me. I am Zote the Mighty, a knight of great renown. My weapon, Life Ender, has struck down hundreds of foes. Be gone, or you'll be next. You're welcome. Are you lost in these dark tunnels? I don't care. No, I won't lead you out. I know the way due to my powerful memory, but I only travel alone. Be gone. Alright, fine. We are a vessel made to do exactly as we're told. No problem, bud. Let's see. Can't double jump yet. Let's get back to that bench. As a matter of fact, I think it's easier to just pop through here. Yeah, avoid him. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Is there something over there? Yeah. King's Idol. Ooh, a King's Idol. That is not nothing. I don't know what that's doing all the way out here, but... probably didn't get here from a fun family vacation. Also, we've been blessed. We've seen Zote twice in one stream. We're lucky. Also, once again, I want to point out there are wild spiders crawling around trying to kill us who have like $10 on them. Alright, this is the area we need to be in. Hey, it's Cloth. Genuinely actually blessed. Love Cloth. This whole area swarms with deadly critters. Biting, burning, scratching types. I'd thought to test my strength against them. Now that bravado has left me and all I feel is tired and sore. I'm taking what brief rest I can, then I'm off in search of less terrifying challenge. This nest is no place to die. That's actually... yeah, that's smart, Cloth. Get moving. Notice the different variety of corpses we have here, as well as a shift immediately into Hallownest architecture. Sort of, we're looking at maybe a late Hallownest, sort of what we see around Dirtmouth, Forgotten Crossroads era. This is because the Pale King decided to have what is possibly the worst public works project I've ever seen. Notice these bugs here seem to be wearing some kind of hard hat or protective equipment. They at least have different masks. And the Pale King thought it would be a very cool idea to build a tramway in the middle of Deep Nest. Why he do that? Again, we're talking about a near-godlike being who can see the future. Approved at the very least, if not thought of, a public works project in which your presumably very big and expensive trams would be placed in a hostile, deeply claustrophobic, filled with biting, biting, scratching, burning monsters. They even got as far as, like, building the station. Like, we have, like, tramway signs in here. Just to build a full tramway here. A little lifeblood. You come back. You come back here. You. Get over here. Give me health. This won't open. Okay. Nice. Alright, this is where we need to be. That's what the lifeblood's for. Why have health if you don't take damage? Also, a really interesting bit of, like, the Dirt Carver life cycle, apparently. We can see that they seem to be spawned out of these flying things, which either means that there's some sort of symbiosis going on here, or Dirt Carvers at a certain point in their lives just metamorphose into flying hunters that then birth out more Dirt Carvers. Which is probably why there's so damn many of them around here. Really heard my accent come out there. Damn many of them. Little critters. Come on. Come on! Alright. turn my AC off for like 10 minutes and I'm losing it from the heat. My stream, just double checking on the playback. Playback's looking good on my end, so hopefully it's coming out okay. But that's what we're here for, the tram pass. So now we can get the hell out of Deepnest. We'll be back, but want to just get that so we can get a few important things down the line. Norm, were you on the counter? It's going to become a regular part of the streams. Quick break for me to scold my cat. There we go. All right. Okay, now we simply consult the map and figure out how to get it. I'm never going to get over the entire tram station in the middle of the most violent, hostile area in the game. Literally a place that they had to ask their, sworn enemies, the Mantis tribe, to keep all of the many, many, many monsters from getting out of. Truly brilliant. Pale King really in sort of a colonizer mindset. It's like, well, tram stations have been cool for us so far, and all our people like it, so this entirely disparate culture here should absolutely have a tram station, because it'll make them somehow civilized. Which, once again, I'd like to hark back on, is that... the Deepnest, again, as a society, for what it is, like a functioning society, existed before the Pale King gave his, big air quotes, gift of heightened mind to Hallownest. It goes to show more and more that, like, yes, there were bugs that were, like, raised and changed, but the Pale King was really overselling his gift to the people in what is pretty transparently a ploy for power. Deepnest, the Mantis tribe, even some bugs that seem to exist in what's now like modern-day Hallownest Central. I can't go this way, can I? It's frustrating. In like what is modern-day Hallownest Central had like, functioning intelligence before. That, yes, the Pale King was very powerful and changed how bugs think, but bugs have always thought. They've always done stuff. Maybe not. They're not building, huge stone towers and libraries and unethical science labs, which is important for any advanced culture. But, things functioned before the Pale King. And you can very much see in the way he wanted to be seen was as this creator figure, this, like I've said it before, this thou art in heaven God. Can I? No, I can't. Which is really kind of creepy and controlling of him, if I do say so myself. Alright, I believe we're back in the Fungal Wastes. So now, we just need to get back to the Forgotten Crossroads, get to the tramway there. Where's this? Oh, we're way off the map. Okay, cool. Oh god, damn it. Thank you, Deepnest. Thank you. Okay, back up. Cool, very cool. I don't even remember how I got up there. Go this way, then go up. That's another thing about being in, like, talking lore mode, is that I'm on autopilot. I've played this game a lot, and I just sort of let muscle memory guide me through certain areas that I've had to go through a million times, and then as soon as I go back to, oh, well, let's actually play the game, I'm forced to reckon with the fact that I am an idiot and have been one since birth. Let's go this way. Forget that happened. Oh, we're here. Okay. Oh, okay. Hello. All right. You don't care I killed your boys. All right. Oh, radiant being, we are blessed. Your rays touch us, your warmth fills us. Hallownest is born again, united in your blazing image, oh. So here's something interesting. Light is life, beaming, pure, brilliant. To stifle that light is to suppress nature. Nature suppressed distorts, plagues us. Embrace light, achieve union. We found a supporter of the Radiance. Very much someone who seems to be still somewhat sentient. Has entirely turned away from the word of Un. I'm actually going to leave because I can't talk over this guy. And now very much sees the Radiance as this deity, which actually is not entirely wrong. But that's sort of our first indication in this game, is that the Radiance is something that you can not only take in willingly, but seems to work a little bit better with... That's acid. With a thinking mind, if that mind just allows it in, allows it to be a part of itself. Obviously, you see that guy is, covered with pustules and glowing at the eyes. But... Oop, hang on. Oop. Ow. Ow. Alright, we're good. But is still, capable of thought and speech. Showing, again, the Radiance is not a normal disease that just turns you into a zombie. Although, it absolutely can. Welcome back, everyone, to the scenic fungal wastes. Yeah, so next goal is to get our happy little ass over to Forgotten Crossroads. And we're actually not too far from Queen Station, so that shouldn't be a huge issue. Love when I have my phone open specifically to read chat and my phone does not work so that I can read chat. Cool, 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 cool. Excuse me. Just pop in here, and... Oh yeah, right, we never got this mask fragment. That's going to be an issue, is that I'll have done things in my, research save that I'll just assume... Very cool. I'll just assume that I've done here. Let's find a bench. Let's sit on a bench real quick. I was really confident in my abilities there for about 10 seconds. It's down here. Oh, hey Willow. Sorry, wrong thing. Let's see. We got maybe about 10 minutes left in the stream, so I think we'll just grab this mask, get to where we need to go, and then end it for the evening. Mask fragment, always good. Need one more, and then we'll actually have more health. And we're getting lag on the stream. Cool. Hey, big boy. Alright, back to Forgotten Crossroads. I think... Yeah, we don't need to go to Dirtmouth. Just this one will do. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tiso? Eh. Pale thing. You use these old lines? Pathetic. A real warrior carries himself to combat. He has no need for such convenience. Leave me be. It's the arena I seek. I've already wasted far too long on these cursed roads. So it's going to be a while before he hits the arena. The arena's going to be fun. I actually do want to take that on once we get to the city's edge. I don't... A lot of lore, I think I might just make like a... Hey, watch me do a hard thing stream. I hear a grub. How did I not get you before, buddy? Yeah, get going. Get going, little guy. Yeah. Gotta go down. Alright. Glad we got the grub, though. This will be just kind of the quiet parts of the streams. Just going through the Forgotten Crossroads and backtracking, finding new stuff. Next time, if I'm not mistaken, I think the path is going to take us to the Crystal Peak, which I said up at top I'm not super excited about. But... it is what it is. But I think we're going to start next stream by doing a little shopping. Alright, we can finally use this old tram. Love that little eerie light that comes up in it. Take a little sit. And... welcome to the tram! This seems to be a very late game edition. Not late in development, like late edition in the history of Hallownest. Genuinely, it does come off as sort of a vanity project. The stagways work perfectly fine. They've been going pretty much since Hallownest was an established civilization. And the trams don't really go many places. I think throughout the entire game, trams take you like 4 or 5 locations. And they still use like the stag symbol to represent it, which I think is an interesting bit of linguistics. Yeah, nothing back this way. Just want to check. But welcome to the final area of the stream. We have less than 10 minutes, but I want to take a little peek in here. Welcome one and all to the resting grounds. You hear that? Dead silence. No music. It's got this very eerie crypt kind of air to it. Also, one thing I wanted to bring to attention while we're here is that notice a lot of these graves have, you know, statues on them, they have shapes of mandibles, but notice a lot of them have the Hallownest seal on them with the symbol of the Pale King. That, personally, I think is very interesting, because I believe it's there to represent, like, crosses on top of graves, showing that it is a literal holy symbol. Like, the Hallownest seals we've been finding have been basically like crucifixes people would carry around with them, which gives a level of depth to the spiritual part of this world. And this is a very spiritual place. It was, in its day, during Hallownest, somewhere where bugs would come to mourn their dead, perform rituals, like, the same way we would use a graveyard now. Cursed are those who turn against the king. Notice here, if you look really, really closely on this grave, that symbol at the bottom also matches that unique shape at the very top of the grave. That's something we'll come back to, probably at the start of next stream. Oh. Okay. Note that we are caught in a magical barrier. That's an important lore thing to know. But yeah, notice here, like, these 3 monuments, same masks. Monomon the Teacher, Lurien the Watcher, Hera the Beast. To protect the vessel, the dreamers lay sleeping. Monomon the Teacher, in her archive surrounded by fog and mist. Lurien the Watcher, in his spire looking over the city. Hurrah the beast, in her den amidst the deep darkness beyond the kingdom. Through their devotion, Hallownest lasts eternal. Now we know where the Dreamers are on the map, which has given us insight into what our actual quest is. Go no further, little shadow. What compels its climb out of the darkness? What compels its return to this sacred kingdom? That line's really important. Its climb out of the darkness is very literal. We came from somewhere far beyond this place, but not exactly in the wastes beyond here kind of way. A call from beyond the seals? By the vessel, or by that captive light? Again, showing us that the vessel inside the Black Egg Temple is what's holding back the infection. The light. Now we're seeing a lot more allusions to the radiance and light, specifically. Would the seals break? They cannot be undone. But the vessel weakens. The plague springs anew. They must be undone. Yet our seals remain. Our duty holds. It must be cast away. Our duty holds. It shall be done. And there they are. The Dreamers. Fade away, little shadow. Fade away and let us sleep in peace. Notice that bit of cognitive dissonance? I like to think it's them talking to one another, since there are three of them. Saying, you know, hey, the plague's getting out. We know this. We need to let someone help. But eventually being overridden by their duty to seal away the Black Egg. So we've been sent to hell. There's a moth. In all seriousness, I've mentioned these before, these little seals, now that are just appearing entirely, like, diegetically within the air and on these hovering light posts. We are in a realm of dreams. We're in a space entirely beyond real space, which will become more and more relevant as the game goes on. This is the world between worlds. This is the unconscious that we're in right now. And ideally, the Dreamers want to keep us here. But we have a little help. What a terrible fate they've visited upon you. To cast you away into this space beyond, between body and soul. Again, dreams, somewhere between body and soul. Soul being another important word here. Will you accept their judgment and fade slowly away? Or will you take the weapon before you and cut your way out of this sad, forgotten dream? Another connection between dreams, body, and soul. The Dream Nail. This is extremely useful for lore. It's the lore stick. And I suppose we'll end the stream here. Waking up in a strange person's apartment. Hey. Well, I'm not going to have her babble over me doing the outro, so I'm just going to step outside. But we'll come back and talk to her. Welcome to the resting grounds. But yeah, thanks for another stream. I know there were some technical difficulties on the stream side this time around. I think the VOD's going to turn out okay for YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, come and find me on Game Archives on YouTube.com. Just a small channel right now, only 2 videos at the moment, but we're making it grow. I'll have the VOD up probably tomorrow afternoon. I want to thank everyone for coming by, or all one person. Thank you, River, for coming and joining the stream. And everyone for watching on YouTube. It is a delight to have you. Thank you for watching to the end of the VOD. Go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe if you're on the flip side. If not, come find me on Twitch. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. I'll be doing this weird, meticulous, neurotic thing that I do every week. And hopefully improving technologically as we go. Everyone, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next week in the archives.